Hi everyone. Today we're diving into a gripping Korean psychological thriller, Wall to Wall. Meet Woo Sung, a hardworking man who finally manages to buy an 84-square-meter apartment in Seoul by selling his mother's garlic farm and taking out a massive loan. It's 2021. The housing market is booming. He's full of hope. But fast forward 3 years, and everything has collapsed. The value of his apartment has plummeted. His debts have piled up. His fiancée left him. And now he works 2 jobs. Office worker by day, food delivery driver by night. No hot water, no electricity. He survives on instant noodles, just to keep his home. One day, a co-worker tells him about a Telegram channel that gives exact times to buy and sell crypto. The coin they're recommending now will give you 9x profit, he says. Desperate for money, Woo Sung sells his apartment for way below market price, invests it all in crypto, and waits for the value to rise. But soon, strange noises begin coming from his new apartment. The downstairs neighbor keeps leaving notes at his door. Please keep it down. But Woo Sung hasn't made a sound. He goes floor by floor, knocking on doors, trying to figure out where the noises are coming from. Eventually, he reaches the penthouse. The building manager tells him, "Everyone hears these noises. Don't worry about it. They're building a new subway line nearby. Property values are going to skyrocket soon." Then he hands Woo Sung some cash to stop him from asking more questions. Meanwhile, Woo Sung obsessively monitors the crypto market, waiting for the perfect moment to sell. But the mysterious sounds get louder and more disturbing every day. Neighbors begin saying, "These noises only started after you moved in. And they always stop when you leave." No one believes him. One night, exhausted, Woo Sung falls asleep. Someone sneaks into his apartment and plants a speaker inside. That night, the noise reaches its peak. All the neighbors gather at his door, demanding answers. Woo Sung suspects the tenant downstairs, but everyone insists on searching his apartment first. He agrees. They find a hidden speaker, rigged to broadcast sound between floors. Now, no one believes a word Woo Sung says. He insists this is a setup. Someone's framing him. Suddenly, the downstairs neighbor starts hitting Woo Sung. But even before Woo Sung touches him, the man throws himself to the floor and pretends to be unconscious. The police arrive. Woo Sung is blamed for everything. At the same time, he needs to sell his crypto, right now, to avoid losing everything. In the police station, he locks himself in a room trying to make the sale. But the officers break in and tase him before he can click sell. Later, an officer apologizes. "The building manager confirmed you didn't start the fight," he says, "and we found a spyware app on the downstairs tenant's phone." They return both phones found during the altercation to Woo Sung. He goes home, completely wrecked, physically and emotionally. He sees the coin has crashed. Not only did he lose the chance to make a profit, he's lost all his money. And he's already sold his home. Broken and hopeless, he writes a letter to his mother. Then decides to take his own life. But before doing that, he remembers the downstairs neighbor, the one he believes caused all of this. He grabs a hammer, determined to kill him first. Just then, his upstairs neighbor Jin-ho shows up and stops him. They struggle. Jin-ho then enters Woo Sung's apartment and still hears the noises, even though nothing inside is making them. He finds Woo Sung's suicide note. "I'll help you find out what's really going on," Jin-ho tells him. They sneak into the downstairs apartment, but no one is there. Inside, the place is covered in overdue bills and unpaid building notices. Inside one of the scattered papers, they find a rental agreement, and Woo Sung suddenly realizes the real owner of the building is the same man who sold him the apartment. Even the penthouse upstairs belongs to him. Woo Sung says, "So it was all the penthouse is doing. They wanted to scare us out of our homes so they could buy them dirt cheap." Jin-ho replies, "If we can find solid evidence, we could cancel the contracts and reclaim our homes." Just then the building manager shows up and begs Woo Sung not to talk to anyone about the noise, to avoid hurting property values. While Jin-ho distracts the manager at the door, Woo Sung sneaks back in to search the apartment more thoroughly. Inside he finds a steel door with a fingerprint lock. And a gun. Suddenly, the building manager's husband comes out of a room and catches Woo Sung in the act. Woo Sung yells, You're the one behind the noise. You wanted to drive me out and steal my home. They throw him out. Then Woo-sung remembers the phone the police had returned, the one from the downstairs neighbor. He turns it on and sees it's connected to Wi-Fi. He walks upstairs, and the Wi-Fi signal gets stronger. He asks Jin-ho, "Can I borrow your Wi-Fi for a second?" But Jin-ho says, "I don't have any Wi-Fi." The signal weakens the higher he goes, raising Woo-sung's suspicions that Jin-ho is hiding something. Later, while Jin-ho is at the pool, Woo-sung sneaks into his apartment and confirms it. All the sounds were coming from Jin-ho's place. There are surveillance devices planted in every unit. He had been spying on everyone. Suddenly, Jin-ho returns. Woo-sung hides. Then the woman from downstairs comes to Jin-ho's door and says, "Because of you, my husband went crazy, hurt himself, missed rent. You owe us." Jin-ho goes under his bed to get money, but the woman purposely breaks some of his hidden audio tapes. Jin-ho snaps. He kills her. Then he calls the police and says, "Woo-sung murdered someone, and now he's trying to kill the building manager." Turns out Jin-ho had been collecting fake evidence against Woo-sung all along, setting him up for this exact moment. Woo-sung tries to escape, but Jin-ho catches sight of him. He hits himself with a hammer, framing Woo-sung for assault so he can legally kill him in self-defense. Everything goes according to Jin-ho's plan. He tells Woo-sung, "I'm a journalist. I was investigating how poorly these buildings are constructed. But the prosecutor, who is actually the building manager, took bribes to shut me up. I had to use you as a scapegoat. Now I have to go search their apartment for real proof." Woo-sung pleads, "Don't kill me, help me. We'll find the evidence together. You get your exposé, I get my home back, and we'll pin the woman's murder on the building manager." They drag the woman's body and plant it in the manager's apartment. At midnight, while the couple is asleep, Woo-sung and Jin-ho break in and force them to open the secret room. But when they get inside, it's empty. Woo-sung grabs the gun and fires at Jin-ho. Click. It's empty. Jin-ho attacks him. The building manager sprays something into Jin-ho's eyes, then tells her husband to finish him off. But during the fight, her husband is accidentally killed. Jin-ho lies bleeding on the floor, then suddenly grabs the building manager from behind and strangles her to death. Now Woo-sung finally finds the evidence. He burns his original apartment contract, opens the gas valve, and escapes. Boom! The penthouse explodes. He tells the police everything. But in order to cover up the prosecutor's corruption, they tell him, "There's no evidence. The case is closed." Woo-sung returns to his mother's house in the countryside, but eventually he comes back to his home. And again he hears the sound of footsteps above him. This time, he just smiles. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to hit that like button. And most importantly, make sure you subscribe right now, so you never miss the next movie recap. I've got 6 playlists from different genres, and I add new movies every single month. You can see them right here on the end screen. Hit subscribe first, then pick a playlist, and keep the adventure going.